I still can't believe poor Milksop's hide almost wound up on some poacher's wall. We owe you, friend. You'll always have friends here on the ranch.
Guess I'll need to clean out a few more stalls. With those bone-shine bastards taken care of, we should have a few more furry guests trotting in soon enough.
It does Bizaku's heart good to see our animals home safe. Moons bless you, Walker.
My helpful friend. Rigert is pleased to see you return from the desert with your limbs intact. Did you find a misplaced package in Riverhold? Ah, Rigert forgot about the fee. You will find this shocking, but Rigert forgets many things. Especially on the days he drinks mead. Which is all of the days. Don't be worried. Rigert will pay you back as soon as we finish this diplomatic mission. Canon Reeve Jusdo of Alabaster. I am Rigert of Windhelm. On behalf of the Skald King, I present you with a gift of peace from the Nords to bring our cultures closer.
Is your gift rancid cabbage? Because it smells like rancid cabbage.
Not at all! Rigert brought our finest snowy saber-cat coats. Although they may have been stored near cabbage. And the cabbage may have gone bad.
Your gift is clothes made from slaughtered cats? This isn't a peace offering, it is a war crime!
These are the finest coats in all of Windhelm. Who wouldn't want to be wrapped in our warm and luscious... cat skins?
Tell your Skald King that if he wants our war to continue, Queen Irene will be happy to oblige.
Rigert's message will be heard by Queen Irene, leader of the Aldmeri Dominion? Rigert feels so important. Things are looking upward, friend. Gather honey flowers from Merryvale Moon sugar farms for Rigert's sweetbread, and there will be peace between the Khajiit and Nords in no time.
Tarn sent Zamorak to assist you against the Euraxian officers Saulinia and her assassins. The locals say that a group matching their description passed through here a short time ago. Tarn explained that we seek a hidden Akaviri shrine. Saulinia, the assassin who murdered King Hemakar and Queen Numara. Zamorak heard that name often on the day of Euraxia's coup. Perhaps this one can finally get justice for the royal family. No. Zamorak was guarding Kamira that day. We were far from the palace. Anyway, this one learned that the local crime lord provided Saulinia with guides who know the scar well. We must hurry if we hope to catch them. The scar can be a treacherous place, Five Claw, even without the addition of a Nibonese assassination squad. We need to hurry, but we should also proceed with caution. King Hemakar saw something in Zamorak. He specifically requested this one during a visit to the Desert Wind. Zamorak set aside his studies and devotions to become the King's Claw. I pledged my life to keep the royal family safe. No. Kamira wanted to visit the Desert Wind Adeptorium. This one was tasked to guard her. So, Zamorak was not in the palace when Euraxia and her troops arrived. They were welcomed as emissaries of the Emperor, but they were lions about to pounce. A small success in an avalanche of failure. Guilt consumed Zamorak because he lived and the royal family died. So this one exiled himself from the land he loved and traveled the world. This one sought... what? Peace. Forgiveness. Something. The scar was carved across the face of an Equina in the ancient past. Some say Kunzari is responsible. Others that Alkosh himself marked the land with his claws. Things live in the deepest cracks and crevices that we would do well to avoid. Truthfully, Zamorak almost refused when Tharn gave the order. This one has only just reclaimed the mantle of King's Claw and was reluctant to leave Queen Camira's side. But you needed help, and Zamorak was best suited to aid you in this endeavor. Yes, but Zamorak isn't sure if anything good will come of their meeting. When this one departed, Queen Camira and Lord Gareshri were engaged in a heated discussion with Tarn over the risks and benefits of trusting an Imperial.
Thank you, friend. I owe you a drink next time we meet. I think I might just sit here and watch Orcrest burn. I always hated this city.
Thank you, friend. Without your supplies and knowledge, we would never have made it out of Orcrest. We owe you our lives. These cultists hired us to protect them on their misguided missionary journeys. I think they're planning to convert us to their lost cause, but that's unlikely, since we're going to rob them blind before we reach the next town.
Thank you for helping us, Rook. I didn't want to die in that filthy city. I'll follow Darava wherever she goes, as long as she lets me. Don't tell her I said that. I'm playing hard to get.
Maybe it's the wood elf in me, but I really do prefer working outside. The one nice thing about working with Jew Bonnie is not having to skulk about dwarven ruins for scrap. Patching things up is my job. I told her I'd get Tasnasi to overlook that old kidnapping for indentured servitude business for a mere tripling of my rate. Jew Bonnie may be a cutthroat business partner, but she's my best source of work. All thanks to you. If you hadn't come around, I'd be locked in a cellar for the rest of my days, and Cus'd still be running this town into the ground. You helping Tasnasi clear a name really turned things around for the Stitches. Yeah, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a friend. She's got a knack for leadership. Maybe she's not as charming as DeSalzo was, but I think she's got more of an head for planning. In a year, this will be the new Warcrest. Watch and see.
Start your pilgrimage here, with the ledger from the Goiter's Gulp. An idol from Riemann would make a nice addition to this temple. And fine silks from the merchants at the Valenwood Gate. Yes.
Body. It's one of the assassins. They must have passed this way. More bodies. The hired guides. Saulinia's work, Samarak thinks. You have something else to do? Very well. Zamarak will wait for you to return. Look! There is a door behind these stones. Is this the place we seek? That door. Not even all of Zamorak's strength and training can budge a magical barrier. Maybe the pedestal. The pedestal maintains the magical barrier, but Zamorak does not know how.
Find the Dragon Guard, or his blood won't be the only thing that stains my blade this day.
The assassins. That came from the south. We must hurry, Five Claw. The assassins. They stalk the southern passages. We must hurry. There may be another way past this door, deeper in the complex. Whatever has been hiding behind that door for all these years can wait a little longer. We need to deal with the assassins. They are the most pressing threat. That shout we heard. Saulinia and her killers must be close. Traps. They stopped some of the assassins, but not all of them. We must be wary.
You can't hide from us forever, Dragon Guard.
You couldn't find an Alfican alabaster, you Roxian dolt!
That was the Dragon Guard. We're running out of time. Another maze. We must find a way to the other side.
Once I select a target, it always dies.
I trained to fight dragon. This isn't going to end the way you expect.
You and your order die! Oh, good! More blood to spill.
I refuse to die near that assassin.
Maybe now the royal family can rest. Thank you, Five Claw. With Saulinia dead, maybe the royal family can finally rest in peace. The dragon god ran through that door, but he was wounded. We should help him. Zamorak. There was a heaviness on Zamorak's soul. Now it disperses like sand in the wind. Still, this one promised to find a new path. But these events just returned him to the same one he walked before. Yes, but Zamorak believed his previous life of violence caused those deaths. His studies and meditations told him this was so. Now, with Saulinia's death, Zamorak feels lighter. It feels good. But it also feels like a betrayal of the desert wind. You are right, Five Claw. Violence ended the life Zamorak knew, and violence has given Zamorak a new life to lead. As the adepts say, some things are worth fighting for. These musings distract from the mission. Let us check on the Dragon Guard.
Oh, damn assassin. She knew her stuff. I saw her fall, though. Thanks for that. After all these years, why do I suddenly have so much company? I know about the dragons. I sent word to the other sanctuaries. The last, I didn't think so. But no one else has responded. Maybe... No. I know at least one other is still out there. He'll come. He has to. Take my ring. It will open the sanctuary. Find the dragon horn. You have to. Have to.
May Kenarthi guide you to the sands behind the stars. The Dragon Guard is gone. We need to enter the sanctuary and find this dragon horn he speaks of. It may be the answer we seek. Below. That looks like Prefect Kalo. What is he doing here?
Ah, there you are. We came as soon as we could. Were you able to stop Captain Solinia and her assassins? Both dead? Solinia deserved it. Shame about the Dragon Guard, though. And yes, it took some convincing and Tharn's most diplomatic negotiation tactics, but Queen Chimera has accepted our help. Provisionally. The Cygnus Irregulars are on probation. For now. Once Queen Chimera sees us in action, I'm sure she'll come around. Until then, I wanted to make sure you are all right. Beating Solinia is no small feat. I'm sorry we lost the Dragon Guard, though. A dragon horn? Like the one at Star Haven Adeptorium? Huh. Well, if you think this old relic can help, lead the way.
The barrier has fallen. Let us see what awaits within. Do not hesitate, my friend. Let us collect the dragon horn and be done with this place.
Are these the remains of the Dragon Guard? Well, let's get on with it. That old relic isn't gonna collect itself. My irregulars will stand guard in case any more of Solinia's Euraxians still want to fight. We're in a Dragon Guard sanctuary. Old relics like this dragon horn are all well and good, but I want to see if we can find any books or scrolls that can tell us something about how to fight the dragons. We need every advantage we can get. Dragon Guard, Akaviri, ancient Nord warriors. Someone battled the dragons successfully in the past. Who's to say we won't find a record of their tactics and techniques here? It certainly won't hurt to look around.
Do not hesitate, my friend.
Books and scrolls. I knew it. Knowledge is power, my friend. You'll see.
Such a small thing when compared to the dragons. Still, we should take it to Rimmen, yes? This dragon horn, it is different from the one at Star Haven. It has no light, no energy. An adeptorium. Zamorak stayed there after he returned to Anequina. It was attacked by a dragon. One of the old treasures of Star Haven was a dragon horn. When sounded, the dragon cried in pain. The horn faded to dust after it was used. Zamorak cannot explain it. I do not remember the large horn having a detachable small horn, but I did not examine it too closely. When this one approached the Star Haven dragon horn, it was like being near a great heartbeat. This horn is quiet.
Well, now that you have the dragon horn, I suppose we should get back to Rimmen and see what Queen Chimera and Chancellor Tharn want us to do next. You know, it feels good to be doing something other than trying to rein in Euraxia for a change. I want to take another look at these books. We'll meet you back in Rimmen.
Zamorak will linger as well, to make sure the Imperials find their way back.
Can you believe that some of these crazy cat people hate wood elves? Honestly, who hates a wood elf? We're delightful. Speaking of delightful, have a look at these wares, eh?
There's a lot of, what do you call it, contested land in Gratwood and elsewhere. Both sides see borders as suggestions rather than rules. Caused quite a few wars, as I'm sure you can imagine.
realm of fat priests and wealthy merchants. A survivor of plagues and wars, and only stronger for it. Rachin wonders if the kingdom will ever truly fall.
I was quite popular in Rimen, you know. There was always demand for every painting I created. Always patrons wanting more and more. That's why I came here. To get away from it all. No more requests, no more noise. Just the quiet countryside.
Have you heard that Raz is back in town? Minshak has heard. It seems all of Maryvale is talking about this one's old friend. But has he come to visit Minshak? No, not even once.
Most moon sugar comes from the forest of Tanmar, but you can find plantations all over Elsweyr. Kenarthi's Roost and Reaper's March are prime examples, as well as Maryvale, of course.
Work! Farmhands needed at Mother's farm! You saw Roxargo's flyers, yes? Mother had him post them across the valley. Help wanted for Sweetwater Farmstead. Ah, Sweetwater, our home sweet home. Are you interested in a job? We need more farmhands. You see, our farmhands have gone missing lately. So, we need more. You ask a lot of questions, yes? Mother just told me to stand here and find more farmhands. So I did. You have questions? Talk to Mother at our farm. Her name is Kideya, though you should call her ma'am. That is only polite, yes? The farm is just up the road north of here. And don't worry if Mother seems cross. Roxargo's brother came home for a visit, and they have been arguing. The farmhands left. This one does not know why. Mother was very upset, so Roxargo offered to hang the flyers. And look, it worked! You came to help our farm. This one remembers that Verani was very unhappy. Kept talking about wanting to leave, but she is the only one, he thinks. If Verani does not return, Roxargo gets to keep her hand mirror. So he has that at least. Yes, it is a moon sugar farm. Very big, very busy. Well, was busy. Roxargo is the only one left to help now. His brother, well, Brother only visits. Not very good at farm work. Oh yes, Mother wants Brother to stay and help with the farm. It is our family's farm after all. But Brother, well, he does not wish this. Raxargo does not know why. What sleeker home can be found than in Maryvale?
Did you hear the Razandar is back in town? Oh, it's been years since Majadi saw him. And now he's back, handsomer than ever. This one didn't even think it was possible.
Kidea means no rudeness, but she hasn't time for visitors today. Best to seek company elsewhere, yes? It is true. Workers were happy and plentiful, but now? Moons be praised if half our workforce remains. You look clever. Perhaps you could investigate our missing farmhands? Mizum, owner of Fragrant Moon's plantation, sought to buy our farm after the last harvest. This one refused. Kidea suspects he now bribes away her workers in order to make this one desperate enough to sell. So kind of you to offer. But take Kidea's eldest son with you, yes? He returned home recently from Moon's Nowhere, and now he lies about like a slug. Find the lazy Khajiit in the cave up the hill, just north of the farm. It's about time Kidea's layabout son helped around here. He may be clever, yes, but when it comes to farm work, you would never believe he was born and raised in Maryvale. At least Raxargo has the decency to help his poor mother. He is the oldest farmer in this valley. Been growing cane since this one was a kitten, and Kidea is now not as young as she once was. But make no mistake, Mizum's mind remains as sharp as a serpent's fang. It is possible. No workers means no crops, no profits. Who benefits from this? Mizum, who has wanted to buy Sweetwater for many years. No. Accusing Mizum with no proof would only give him an opportunity to smear Kidea's name. Bad for business. That is why she sends you to find evidence. Only then can she confront Mizum. Yes, he hasn't lifted a paw around the farm since he came home. He's a traveler, he tells me. But where does he go? What does he do? All he says is that he cannot say. Just like his father, that one. For better and worse. Kidea loves her little rascal, of course. But why can't he stay at home and help around the farm? As the eldest, this farm should go to him when this one... Oh, no. Apologies. Kidea did not mean to bring up such matters.
Mother! Raxargo found a new farmhand!
Yes, sweet one, thank you. They're going to look into our troubles right after they wake up your brother.
Brother is still sleeping? Raxargo rose at dawn and has been working hard all day!
If only your brother were as dutiful as you. Everyone says the farmhands are just leaving. But why haven't any of them said farewell? Why do they leave their possessions behind? There's something in the sugarcane. Shazari knows it.
What? Who is there? This one's head may ache, but that does not mean he cannot defend himself. You do not look like a robber, so Raz would appreciate it if you kept your voice down. I need a moment to clear my head. Say, why have you barged into Raz's den unannounced? She would trust Raz with such a task? That does not sound like Mother. Unless she just wants to get Raz out of this cave. No, don't answer that. Well, anything is better than farm work, yes? Raz will be happy to help. Mizum has wanted to get his paws on Sweetwater for years. If Mother can't keep the farm operating, Mizum can buy it and gain control of the valley's moon sugarcane. We need proof. Meet Raz outside the Fragrant Moon's plantation. At last! Something here that's worthy of Raz's attention. Let's get to the Fragrant Moon's plantation and see what we can dig up. Mizum's farm occupies the southern side of the valley. The big house with the walls around it. Old Mizum is a miser. Doesn't want anyone interrupting him while he counts his gold. Raz will meet you there. You have met Raz's family, yes? Mother has never approved of this one's occupation. She suspects he is a wandering beggar or some such nonsense. As you can imagine, this puts quite a strain on our relationship. Roxargo is... he has been at Mother's side for far too long, tied to her apron strings. Besides, he has a particular disposition. Raz watched him lick an entire bowl of marbles once, all because this one told him that one of them was candy. It's not a cave, it's a den, and Raz is on vacation. So yes, Raz drinks and lazes the time away. How did Mother put it? Yes, like a slug. If you knew what Raz's days were usually like, you would understand why Raz needs this break right now.
Raz is glad you made it. He was about to proceed without you. Now remember, we need to be stealthy. The fewer guards that notice us, the fewer guards we'll have to kill, yes? Mercenaries, actually. In addition to gates and walls, Mizum hired the Red Hands to patrol his land. They're not the type to ask questions before they try to kill you. Best to slip in unseen. Ledgers, documents, contracts, anything that proves that Mizum bribed the farmhands. Or perhaps we will grow lucky and find a journal. Over the years, Raz has discovered that many villains enjoy documenting their nefarious plans. One more thing. Try to avoid unnecessary murder, yes? Not that the Red Hands deserve mercy, of course. But any messes you make, Raz will need to clean up. And Raz is on vacation. Besides, Mother wouldn't take kindly to killing the neighbors. Lead the way, Five Claw, but be stealthy. Raz will be right behind you. It's likely the mercenaries stick to regular patrol patterns. We can take advantage of that if we're observant. Just watch where they go and which direction they look. And if you spot a place to hide, use it. Mercenaries from Pelitin. Clawless thugs who will do anything for a price. Thievery, kidnapping, even murder. They also deal in the slave trade. Mizum must be truly desperate to hire them. It's likely the mercenaries stick to...
You must have been drawn by the scent of my rising dough. And don't be shy about staring at Rigart's muscles as he stirs. Did you bring the honey flowers? If there's one thing Rigart knows about the cats, they love their sweets. Nonsense! Rigart's belly doesn't care if mead or meat is swallowed first, so why should a mixing bowl be any different, huh? Rigart has gone far in life by treating every situation like he treats his belly. Give Rigart the flowers and he will add them. I saw Asaldak, the famous Khajiit sweet maker by the Merryvale Farms fountain. Ask him to try my sweetbread. His endorsement will change the Khajiiti belief that Nords only eat frozen potatoes and inspire a pastry-based esteem between our cultures.
Asaldak understands why you would want to approach him, but he only signs autographs at special events, and he only talks to his admirers at the... Actually, he never talks to his admirers. Asaldak was once invited to Skyrim to try their so-called delicacies, but declined due to a disdain for cold weather, and bad food, and Nords in general. Asaldak will try this Nord sweetbread for a laugh. Tell him Asaldak will be there shortly. This Nord better be finished with his cooking by the time Asaldak arrives. Asaldak does not like to be kept waiting. Because, unlike you, I spent time mastering my craft instead of asking stupid questions. Asaldak redefined food in Elsweyr. He was personal chef to the main. He has prepared food for many slobbering Nords, but has never seen one cook anything edible.
Rigart's sweetbread turned out better than expected. It's perfectly brown and tough enough to break a mammoth tooth. Everything should be tough. Our teeth can't grow stronger if we don't challenge them with unyielding treats. When Rigert was a baby, his mother had him suck on rocks to comfort his sore gums. Now his bite is strong enough to snap a bristleback's tusk. It's an honor to meet you, Asaldag. On behalf of Yoren's Skald King, please enjoy Windhelm's famous sweetbread.
Did you bring the bread with you from Skyrim? It's hard as a rock.
Harder than a rock. Rigert made some improvisations to the original recipe.
It doesn't smell too wretched. Asaldak will attempt to take a bite without breaking a tooth.
What do you think? Impressive? Delicious? Ferocious?
Atrocious. Why is it filled with flowers? Why are the flowers covered in dirt? Why are there insects in the dirt? How did you make something so terrible?
Did you hear that, friend? Asaldak wants to know Rigert's recipe. I'm sure he'll return after he wins his digestive battle. Find the screaming mammoths at Valenwood Gate, so they can play for Lady Isa. We are finally on the verge of making peace!
First, Muzum loses moon sugar. Now his farmers won't work. What nonsense.
There is something out there, Mizum. Some sort of beast.
Bah! A beast! This one sees no beast. All he sees are lazy khajiit who make up foolish lies.
The farmers of Maryvale are no strangers to beasts. What could have scared Mizum's workers this badly? So, moon sugar disappears from Mizum stores as well. Interesting.
I didn't want to call the guard, but you forced my hand.
This creature was attacked by something unnatural. Let's return to Mother's farm and discuss what we learned. Old Mizum is dealing with missing moon sugar, scared farmhands, and a mysterious beast. Perhaps he and Mother suffered the same problem, yes? A creature prowls the sugarcane fields. Something far deadlier than a terror bird. If this is true, then Raz fears the missing farmhands reside in the belly of this beast. And so will many others, if we don't put a stop to it. You must visit Honeybreeze Homestead, another moon sugar farm in the valley. If Raz is right, Jedolthol will be suffering from the same problem as Mizum and Mother. The farmstead is just across the bridge, on the southern side of the valley. In the meantime, Raz will try to convince his family to stay out of the fields. Perhaps they will be reasonable today. That would be a welcome change, yes? Anything that proves this beast exists. Corpses, tracks, strange residue. With luck, Jedolthol will have even seen this creature. Him or one of his 3 lovely daughters. Ah, Jedolthol's daughters. Raz wonders if they still remember him. Does Raz seem like the type to kiss and tell? Well, not while sober, at least. Now that this one thinks about it, he may not have left things on the best footing in regards to the daughters, particularly when it comes to certain promises. Raz admits to succumbing to the folly of youth in his younger days, though after so many years, this one assumes they have forgotten about such things.
Rosin, your mother sends you to find our missing farmhands, and this is where you end up? Our house?
We already searched Mizum's plantation. Raz came back to warn you about...
Excuses. And this one thought you learned more in your travels than which tavern served the cheapest ale.
You better go, Five Claw. This may take some time.
Attacking the farm! It cornered Jedolthol, chased his daughters into the field. You have to help them. A monster! I heard it! It roared loud enough for Alkosh to hear. I ran, but the noise must have startled the local animals as well. A lion nearly took my arm! Please, you must help Jedolthol. He is hiding just ahead.
Quickly, go on ahead and find Jedolthol. Raz will help our friend here.
moons above, let Jedothal's family be safe. Please, please, Jedothal begs. You must rescue his 3 daughters from that horrid beast. They should just be west of here up the path. You must find them before that monster does. Jedothal was only able to catch a glimpse of it as he ran. But what he saw was unnatural. It was an enormous beast, with a mouthful of fangs and a thick leathery hide. Oh, why has such a thing come to our peaceful home?
These beasts should thank the moons that they found me without my bow. I'd make quick work of them if I had it on hand. Have you seen my father, by chance? He's a kind man, but not very quick. I fear he may have come to harm. Of course, I'll make sure he stays safe. Have you also seen my sisters? I tried my best to lead them to safety, but they scattered in their panic. Then I must ask you to find them. My sisters are not fighters. They will need your protection far more than I. For now, I'll make my way back to my father.
The fragrant Pascheroni. Raz is glad to see you safe.
Hello, Raz. I didn't know you were back in Maryvale.
Well, yes. Come, let Raz lead you to safety.
Very well. But do not think you can just slip away again. We have much to talk about.
By the moons, you have to help me. A monster attacked our farm. My father ran, but I do not know what became of him. Oh, thank goodness. Have you seen my 2 sisters as well? We separated in our panic, and I fear for their safety. Oh, I'm happy to hear that, but I'm still worried about my remaining sister. Please, could you find her? Preferably before that monster does. Raz! You're here?
Of course. You are safe now, sweet Nura. Raz will get you to safety.
The 2 of us behind the mill reminds me of old times, old promises.
Let's talk about that later. Much later.
Have you seen my father, Jedothal? I've been searching for him, but I wasn't able to make it very far. Thank the moons. And have you possibly seen my 2 sisters? I seek them as well. What a relief to hear. I feared the worst when I heard that monster attack. But it seems that we have been blessed with bright moons this day. I remember a voice shouting commands. An Imperial, perhaps? Though what an Imperial would be doing on our farm, I do not know. I did see the monster head for the cave up the hill. It may still be there.
Ah, the beautiful Bungie. It is good to see you alive and well.
At last you have returned to me. Oh, I knew you would keep your promise.
Ah, yes. Raz is keeping his promise, of course.
I will be vigilant, yes. I will be very, very vigilant.
Raz will make sure she gets to safety. Best if you go on ahead, yes?
Very good, my pet. That should distract those farmers for quite a while. An intruder! Quick, Dolor, kill them at once!
Dark moons, a Daedra. Oh, Raz hates those things. Raz knew something was sour in Sweet Maryvale. Well, at least we know what happened to the missing farmhands. But why does a Daedra care about moon sugar? Then it is likely this mage must have summoned the Daedra. Wouldn't be too surprising if he was behind the missing moon sugar as well. Raz was able to question Jadathol while you dealt with our large friend over there. Our neighbor has also lost moon sugar this season, yet has seen no thieves. Let us return to Mother's farm and examine her storage cellar. If Mazum and Jadathol have been robbed, then Mother is likely the next target. And with luck, her cellar will show evidence of the theft. Despite Mizum and Jadathol's vigilance, the thieves we seek were never seen. Raz means to discover just how this is possible.
There they are! Moons be praised. Thank you both. Because of your help, this one's family is safe.
Raz is so pleased to see you and your daughters unharmed. All 3 of your daughters.
Yes, Raz. And all 3 of us have been talking quite a bit about you.
Specifically how you seem to have made certain promises to all of us.
Do you remember, Razamdar? Oh, this one will love you forever. This one will come back for you soon. This one only has eyes for you.
What? Raz, is this true?
Now, Raz can explain everything. You should head to Mother's cellar, while Raz clears up this, misunderstanding. You must understand, this was many years ago, and Raz now has the maturity to admit that he was, in his youth, a complete and utter muscarse at times. In his defense, however, Raz did plan to choose but one daughter to woo. Eventually. Yes, well, this was only a short time before Raz left Maryvale, and as he had no intention of ever returning to this town, he did not see the harm in making certain promises. Promises he had no plans to keep, of course. Oh, Raz has talked his way out of stickier situations than this. Have no worries. For now, you should head to Mother's cellar. This one will try to meet you there as soon as he is able.
Ugh, I don't know what I ever saw on Raz. I mean, just look at his stupid hair. I can't believe he kept it that way.
It might be best if you leave now, Rook. You played no part in this vagrant's betrayal.
If Raz hadn't just rescued my entire family, I'd have ripped the lungs out of his chest. Even so, he's certainly not leaving here unscathed.
Dothel was curious as to why his daughters were so distraught when Raz first left. Now this one starts to paint the picture, yes?
Let us search for signs of thievery. And if Raz's family decides to poke their snouts in, ignore them. The less attention we give, the quicker they will leave. Raz used to come down here all the time. It was one of the few places he could hear himself think. This one even taught himself to play the lute. Mother never did like the sound of music. It reminded her of father too much. Father left before Axargo was born, when this one was just a cub. So there's not much to speak of. But father, he played the lute very beautifully. This Raz remembers. Raz sees nothing out of the ordinary.
This is where you search for the farmhands? Our cellar? What? Are they hiding in the walls?
No clues to be found here, it seems. That is a rather ornate tapestry for the cellar. Mother,
What?
did you hang this?
No, of course not. Who would Mother be trying to impress? The cellar rats?
A secret passage, eh? Raz thought he felt a draft in here. Just as Raz suspected. These caverns extend below the entire valley. Farmers used them to store tools and equipment before there was a series of cave-ins. They've been abandoned for decades. Raz was thinking the same thing. Given the size of these caverns, the thieves could have quite a large operation. Best if we move ahead quickly and see what we can find.
Well, look who we got here. Intruders. Oh, you're going to get in trouble. Why, you certainly have a lot of eyes. And they're different colors, too. Fancy that. Would you mind untying me? Itchy, and I just can't scratch. Don't know why Sivas tied me up. He's a mean mage. I'm a smuggler. I'm smuggling. Well, at the moment I'm tied up, obviously. We're making skooma, see? Lots of skooma. Only I tripped into a barrel. Clumsy me. And now I am feeling so good. Besides the itching, of course. And Sivas tying me up. Boss man! He does all sorts of nasty things. Summons Daedra, steals from the kitty farmers, ties me up. You should give him a talking to. He's down in the caverns somewhere. Oh, he'll be mad that you're here, though. Really, really mad! Perhaps, if you would be so kind, you could get me more skooma while you're down there. We have a lot. A lot. And the colors are starting to fade. I really, really don't want them to, but they are.
The cave's branch here. You should follow the corridor, while Raz takes the side passage. We'll meet up halfway.
You think I left Cyrodiil for a few pieces of gold? We need to double our production. The time for stealth and subterfuge is ending. Soon we will launch a raid on the farms. Patience, Tintin. Patience. We'll find the one who killed your brother and flay them alive.
There you are, Fat Claw. Time to put an end to this skooma operation, yes?
So you're the one interfering in my operation. You'll pay dearly for that.
Now's our chance to end it, once and for all. Sleek work, Five Claw. Now, let's head back to Mother's farm. Quite the investigation, yes? We infiltrated a heavily patrolled farmstead, saved 3 beautiful damsels, and dismantled the skooma operation. All in all, not a bad day's work. Ah, yes. Mother's docile screeching can lull Raz to sleep. Now, this one suspects that Mother would try to cheat you if you ask her for payment. So here, a reward from Raz's own pockets. Aren't you a lucky one?
Well, it seems you're good for something, at least.
Good for something? Raz took down an entire skooma operation for Jode's sake.
Razumdar, sir, I have an urgent message for you from Queen Iren.
A message for Raz? Ah! Who would waste the paper on him?
Raksargo, shush! Queen Iren? Razum, what is he talking about?
Raz's next assignment. It seems this one's vacation is over, Mother.
Already? But you only just arrived.
Well, Raz could stay for one last meal before he departs.
And letters? Will you write us letters?
Doesn't Raz always?
Kidea did not think Razum would be leaving so soon. But it seems he has important matters to attend to. Who is Kidea to deny the High Elf Queen? This one wonders, what exactly does her son do for the Queen? Yes, perhaps it is time to stop assuming the worst of this one's rascal, easy as that may be. Kidea will cook a nice dinner for her family tonight. Some fresh salmon sprinkled with moon sugar, perhaps. Just the way Razum likes it.
Raksargo never gets letters from tiny elves. Why does brother get to have all the fun?
Seems that duty calls, thank the moons. Raz does not know if he would have survived another day with his oh-so-beloved family. Still, he can at least stay for one more meal. This may come as a surprise, Five-Claw, but Raz has never been particularly fond of small-town life. The first opportunity this one had to leave, he took it. He still remembers that day. And is very... Let's just say that it involved a certain high elf noble seeking adventure, 3 bottles of whiskey, and a small fire. Well, a large fire. But it was quickly contained. Iren certainly wasn't a queen back then. But Raz speaks too much, no? Perhaps he will tell you the tale another time, when there is far more wine and far fewer mothers about.
Don't mind me. Soon as Razumdar is ready to leave, I'll be out of your hair.